All right. Hello, you guys. Hello. Happy Saturday. Coming in to chat with you all. The title of this live is one of the biggest mistakes new business owners make in their business. So, as you guys come in, happy Saturday. I hope you guys are having a great weekend so far. Please excuse this face. Okay, tired in the middle of working. I thought I would come and chat with you all. So if you are a new business owner, a business owner, or you want to be in business soon, please take note of this. I'm gonna let you guys come in. Yes, I will save this. I'll save this, but let me go ahead and grab my phone real quick, y'all. So just come and commune in the chat. I'll be right back. 1 second. All right. Hello, you guys. Hello. Hi. Oh, thank you so much. Hey, y'all. Okay. So this is going to be really quick. I don't really want to be here too long. I have a lot of work to do today, but I wanted to talk about this. I'll leave this up for those who have to come and go, or whoever comes and watch the replay later. Okay. But what warranted this, and if you're watching this video and you know who you are, then you know who you are. But hey, good afternoon. So the title of this live is one of the biggest mistakes new business owners make. And I also made this mistake. Okay. So I'm telling you from experience here. I got an email from someone today, and I actually get this question a lot. The question is, hey, Eureka. The question is, I launched my business, something along the line of, I launched my business. However, the sales are low, or however, I haven't gotten many sales, or however, I only got 2 or 3 sales. And so I want to come and address this issue per se of launching but not having the sales that you hope for, and a reason why that happens a lot of the time. Yes. Okay. If you guys miss my lives more than you would like, turn on your notifications, because I've tried to plan my lives, but sometimes when I plan stuff, things just happen to where I can't come on at that time. So I like to just pop on randomly. So if you have your notifications on, you'll know when I'm going live. Okay, so I got this question today in my email, and I decided to make a video for this because I get this question all the time. And so something that I will say the biggest mistake that a lot of new entrepreneurs make is they're focusing on the wrong things when they are getting ready to launch their business. Now, I say the wrong things because it's not really the wrong thing. Let me kind of give you an example. A lot of people, when they're starting their business, they're so heavily focused on the logistics. Is my website looking good enough? Do I have all the materials I need? How am I going to package up my orders? How am I going to do this? And those things are important, but it is equally important to also be building up your brand awareness and to be building up your audience while you're in the building stage. A lot of times what I see is business owners will launch their business. They have this beautiful website. They have really cute inventory, and they have absolutely nobody to sell to. Nobody could care less about their business being launched. And that's because we are focusing on the wrong things during our launching time, during our building time. While you're building your business, that's the best time to be kind of like giving sneak peeks, talking about it here and there so that people can start to become interested. That's also the time to be building up your email list and to be building up your social media accounts. Okay. So listen, while you're building your business in the building stage, please do not neglect the marketing side of things. I understand that. I'm not saying this even easy. Trust me, I understand. Let me tell you what happened to me. Right. So I have my sister. She majored in marketing, and so she really understands. And she's also working in business as a marketing coordinator. So she understands the importance of marketing. So I was building up my boutique July 2018. And, I'm going to trade shows. I'm getting my materials. I'm even recording the process. I did everything except go on social media. And she said, Natalie, have you planned out your Instagram posts? And I'm like, no, I can't think about that right now. I'm so focused on A, B, and C. She's like, okay. And lo and behold, I didn't even think about that aspect of things. My clothing brand now is fearlesscollection.com. That's what my clothing brand is now. That's the name of my clothing business. But when I started, it was Trueco Styles. And so when I started that business, I hadn't done any social media marketing at all. And I really negated or neglected the sorry, I'm trying to read those questions. I'll get to them in a second. I really neglected the marketing side of things. I didn't really understand its importance until I launched and realized like, who cares about my business? And so when I kind of relaunched my Fearless collection, I did things a lot differently. And I made sure to focus on what actually matters. So I focused on building up my email list. Okay, so if you're getting started soon, please make sure you focus on building up your email list. Make sure you focus on showing behind the scenes on social media, building up even a separate social media account than your personal one. I preach all day long about how I share my business on my, hey Kendra, girl, just drop in some gems real quick and I'm gonna be up out of here. I got some work to do. But I preach heavily on even using your personal account to market my business, because it's easier to market something new to people who actually know you, but you should really use that as a gateway to build up also your personal list. And so just make sure in the beginning, you just don't forget to think about that. I know it may feel like, well, child, I'm trying to focus on getting inventory. I understand that that's important to you, but also be thinking about what's going to be important to your customer. How can you even get a customer? You have to think about it two ways. And again, it's not the easiest thing because you're doing something new. A lot of you may have families. You probably are working in your 9 to 5. Now you're focusing on the logistical stuff, and now you got to focus on marketing. But the truth of the matter is, when you start your business, you are your brand ambassador, you are your marketing coordinator, you are your logistics and operational coordinator as well. You have to do all those things when you launch. So it's really a good idea to get a grip on those things even before you launch, because the things don't get easier when you launch. I often say launching your business is probably one of the easiest times of your business. You're probably thinking, girl, but it's not easy. And it's not, but it's one of the easiest times in your business, because those of you who have a business who's here, you know for a fact that when you launch that business, that's when the real work begins. And when you launch that business, it's just going to be about you and marketing. And so if you don't do that in the beginning, it's going to be, I'm not going to say it's going to be more difficult, but you just want to start that from the beginning. If you really want to launch and make sales, you have to start building up in the beginning. And the reason why I'm saying this is because, y'all, I can't even count on two hands, okay, how many times I will coach people. I will coach people and I will try my best to get them to understand the marketing side. But of course, like I'm telling you, their mindset, this usually happens when I have like a 1-hour coaching session with people, which is why I don't do that often anymore. I like to do coaching programs because that gives me time to help you with the logistics, but also help you with the marketing side of things. Because a lot of times in those shorter sessions, people will come to me and they're like, girl, just teach me how to do the shipping. Like, how do I do the shipping? And, you know, like I said, that's also important. You know, I will help you with that as well. But the marketing side, I said marketing is social media and email marketing. That's what I mean here. So just make sure you have those things, that you're focusing on those things ahead of time. Now, I see some of you here are asking, like, how do I do this? I will answer a few questions here, but for the most part, what should you do while marketing? Y'all know I have classes on that. I also coach on that. So a lot of that I won't be able to give you here. So what I'm saying is you should focus on, and some things I have said, like, yeah, MailChimp, social media, and some things I have said, you have to really like take notes on, like the things that I am saying. Like something I mentioned before is showing behind the scenes. That is and that's going to be the one thing that I give y'all. That is a marketing tactic. That's really all I did in the beginning. That's like, and I did like a very little bit of that. And when I say I did a little bit of that, y'all, I did a little bit, meaning I showed a little quick boomerang one day of me at my photo shoot, something so simple. But I did that to my audience my friends from like college and high school. So they're looking like, Natalie, what are you doing? You know, I was a math teacher and I was a math geek. Like I was like the nerd. I mean, I was cool too, but I was like the technical person. So for me to have a clothing store, when they saw that sneak peek, that little sneak peek, their interest was heightened, right? And so then when I launched, they're like, oh, we got to go, because they were already kind of expecting, they're already kind of excited. So that's one tip I will give, is to do behind the scenes. Showing behind the scenes helped me to build my email list. It also helped me with building up my social media, and it helped me to get sales when I first launched. That's one technique I will give you. Now, let me see what else y'all are saying in the chat. One second. That's the mistake I made. Yeah, it's a common mistake because I made the same mistake. Like, we focus on what we think is important. That's why I'm trying to tell y'all what actually is important. The best trade shows, I couldn't really tell you that. I haven't even been to the best, the biggest, the most popular trade shows. And right now, I'm not sure if any are actually open. I've only been to local trade shows. Like I went to Dallas a couple times for a trade show there, and it wasn't the best. But when I went to those trade shows, and what I might recommend to y'all as well, one thing, the reason why I started going to trade shows is because I was tired of buying the same stuff that everybody found on Fashion Go. So when I go to trade shows, I will specifically look for people who are not on those websites. So when I went to the trade show that I went to, I actually found vendors who were local, like people who were actually housed in Texas, who were not in the fashion district. They weren't in LA. They weren't on these popular websites. And that's who I actually shopped from, to make sure that I could have really unique pieces. So that's also a tip. If you go to trade shows, it's not a crime to buy from popular vendors, but it could be helpful to stand out, to search for vendors who are not on all the different websites. And I will ask them, hey, are you on Fashion Go? Are you on LA Showroom? Are you on OnShine? Like, no, we're not. Oh, perfect. Thank you. Can I see this, this, and this? And that's literally what I do when I go. She says, so with your email list, you just email people? Yeah, on my email list, I email people. Was that? I don't know if I understand that question. Thank you. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to read y'all's questions. You're welcome. Someone says, can I give an example of how we can build up our clientele without having launched? Just what I said. I think you might have asked that question after, but just what I said, showing behind the scenes is a good way to do that. There's other methods, but that's one of a strong way to do that as well. Someone said, oh, okay. Another question is, with an email list, do you just repeatedly send emails? I don't know if I'm understanding your question. With my email list, I send emails. There's different types of emails to send, but an email list is where you have a list of people that you can email. My email list is created with MailChimp. There's other softwares as well. Like there is MailerLite, there is ConvertKit. That's pretty much a little bit higher end. And Shopify just launched their Shopify just launched their email marketing. Has anybody tried that out? I haven't tried it out because I'm pretty content with MailChimp. But have any of y'all tried out Shopify email marketing? Let me know. But with my email list, I send out lots of types of emails for new arrivals, discounts, campaigns, holidays, etc. I try to email my list at least once a week. Someone says, what part of Texas are you located? It's not important. Oh, yay. Okay, let me do this, answer this question. She says, so when you have the seller's permit, you start paying taxes? No. So if you watch that video and you read the description of that video I posted, it gives more details. You don't have to pay tax. So listen, let me kind of break this down for y'all. So when you're paying taxes like income tax, right, you pay a percent of something. So taxes is a percent of something. When you pay sales tax at a store, when let's say I'm buying my phone, I'm going to pay a percent of this phone for sales tax, right, at a store. So when I'm paying sales tax for my business, I have to pay a percent of something. If I've never sold anything in my store, there's no percent of anything. There's no tax to pay. So I think we have to think about what is tax when we ask that question. So no, if you've never sold anything, there's no tax to pay. However, if you file for a seller's permit, you still have to file taxes. Think about this. Every year, almost everybody files for income tax, but not everybody has to pay the government when they do that. So just because you're filing sales tax for your seller's permit doesn't mean that you have to pay anything. You just have to file every year or every quarter or whatever however you set it up. So if I've never sold anything, I still have to file taxes, and I will say I haven't sold anything. So I won't have to pay anything, but I still will have to file the taxes. Does that make sense? So filing doesn't mean paying. It just means filing. That's all it means. And so I get that question because once you have a seller's permit, you do have to start filing your sales tax, but that doesn't mean that you have to pay right away if you have nothing to pay. If you have more questions about that, sales tax, will differ based on your state. Listen, I messed up. Y'all saw that video. With my sales tax, I set it up the wrong way in the beginning on accident. I had it set up for monthly instead of quarterly. So I am not a sales tax consultant or anything like that. So I would highly recommend, don't trust my word for it, please, because I messed up myself. When it comes to the sales tax and stuff like that, any tax, anything, I would recommend you contact the necessary people. So sales tax, you can contact your state. Like for me, it's the controller's office in Texas. Taxes for your business, you can, consult with an accountant. But yeah, I'm not the tax queen. Trust me, girl and guy, I am not the tax queen. Okay. Okay. Let me see. Hopefully that answers your question. It's based off of the sales you make. Yeah. So someone says, I'm struggling with getting emails. I have MailChimp, but no one to email to. Yeah. So the thing is, people are not going to sign up for your email list just because. They're not going to just find it randomly. So if no one's on your email list, my question is, are you telling people to join your email list? Are you constantly on social media giving them a reason to join your email list? You have to promote anything for someone to take action. So if no one's on your email list, it's time to start telling people to join your email list and giving them a reason to everywhere. Social media, word of mouth, text your family and friends. There's a lot of different methods, but the main thing is you definitely need to start promoting your email list for somebody to join it. Great question. She says, I'm not creative and I need guidance. Would you ever consider doing a course to give step-by-step ideas for marketing content? I actually have a course and I can share it with y'all. It actually went live yesterday. I mentioned it to a few people on my community tab, but it is a step-by-step marketing course. I'll put the link here. I'm not here to give y'all a commercial, so y'all can click the link if you're interested in marketing. I'll continue to answer y'all's questions, but I will say this is a marketing course. I taught this earlier this year. The students who took the class live, they did such a good job. So I'm putting out the replay of it. It's a 2-part workshop. The first part is how to grow your audience. So it answers all the questions of, girl, how do I grow my social media following? How do I grow my email list? Even how do you grow YouTube? I know I love YouTube, so I talk about that all the time. It's in that course. The second part is, okay, cool. Now that I have this audience, how do I sell to them? Because that's 2 separate things. Growing your audience and then selling to that audience are 2 separate things. So I have 2 different parts. And the people who get this workshop, child, let me just tell y'all, okay, you'll see it when you click on it. But people who get the workshop, I'm actually doing a live exclusive strategy Q&A session for them next week on the 18th. So the 18th, that session is just for those who get the workshop. And when you get it, the instructions will be there. If you're someone, let me just make a little side note. If you're someone who you already took the course called 1K Days, if you know, this is the same thing. So don't get it if you already have taken the 1K day course. It's the same. I took parts from that. Okay. But that's the link. So if you need help with marketing, social media, and email list, that is there. Yes, I like Kit. Yeah, I like Kit. It sends out emails too. Let me see. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to read y'all's questions. Yes, you can write off your inventory. Okay. Yeah, well, it's okay. She says, I only ask your location because I need serious help with marketing. I do all my coaching online. So I have clients who are in the US all over. I have clients in Australia, Canada, the UK. So I can coach you wherever you are as long as you have internet connection. If you're here right now, you have internet connection. So I have coaching. I have 1 session left, I believe, for this month. Just 1. If you go to my website, I can give you the link maybe, but if you go to my website, you'll see the link to it. Okay, y'all, we got an accountant in the chat. She said it's multiple tax deductions you can write off for boutiques. I'm an accountant and I specialize in boutiques. Okay, y'all better get her information because she got the answers. She is the tax queen, not me. She is. She says, what do I post when I run out of content? Girl, listen, we cannot run out of content. Do not be afraid. This is something else I want to tell y'all. Don't be afraid to continually promote yourself. Some people will come to me saying, I need help with marketing. And I go to their page and they only posted an outfit one time. So they posted each outfit one time. You can post that outfit, girl, multiple times. This is why I tell people, when you're taking your pictures, take as many pictures as possible of one outfit, because you can post that outfit thousands of times, because the goal is to sell that item. I will post something to death until it actually sells out. So thank you. You're welcome. So yeah, running out of content is not it's not, I will say it's not an excuse. I will, like, in my mind, I will say that to myself, like, I don't know what to post. And then we go back to the drawing board. Because you have to get, at that point, you get very strategic. Okay, what do I want to sell this week? What needs to sell this week? Okay, let me post this thing until it sells. It's time to get strategic as well. Intentional marketing is what I call it. You're welcome. Yes, you're welcome, y'all. She says, thank you for all your help. I binge watch your videos in like a week. People always say that they binge my videos in a week. Now I got to post more videos. Child. Okay, so I posted a video this week. I'm trying to do 2 a week, but right now we're doing 1 a week. I posted a video earlier this week talking about I quit my job, and y'all happen to like that video. I got so many views. I'm just like, I wasn't even going to post that. So I'm glad y'all enjoyed that. Y'all got to see an inside peek and the reality of like that situation. Because, you know, I tell people all the time, oh, I quit my job. I went full time in 9 months. But y'all saw from that video, it wasn't like I was working my behind off all 9 months. No. Okay. It was more so like I was kind of like not doing the best of my ability for 5 months. And then when I finally got on it, when I finally stopped making excuses, I got mascara on here. It took 4 months from then to actually go full time. So a lot of times it's like we are our own hindrance. I know that. Like, it'll be times where I'll be sitting there like, Natalie, what have you done today? Can you really say that you've done the best of your ability today? And some days I can honestly say no. But the person who can get up and show up even when you just don't feel like it, it really is that. Especially in the beginning, y'all, it really is. I have a few things to tell y'all. It really is you showing up and being consistent to push yourself, because it takes a while to really get yourself out there. Now, I don't want to say it takes a while, because for some of you, by the grace of God, you know, I want to declare that y'all can be seen fast and have quick success in Jesus' name. But I will say it does take showing up consistently. And until you're consistent, you may not see what you want to see. And, you know, also, I want you all to start celebrating even the small stuff, and some stuff not even small. Somebody reached out to me yesterday. I don't think I responded to them yet. And I don't even remember who it was, but let me tell y'all this. Someone said they launched in May. Are you on here? And they made $1,000, but they haven't made any sales yet for June. I'm like, well, first of all, pause. Let's celebrate the success you had in May. Launching in May and making $1,000, that's very good. So we have to start celebrating the things that have even gone well. And what I tell people who I coach is like, if your goal is to make sales with email marketing, take baby steps. Let your first goal be to get 20 email subscribers. Then let your next goal be get 20% of email opens, right? That's another goal. Like, get 20% of your list to actually open your email. Then let your next goal be let at least 10% click the links in your video, or not videos, but in your emails. And then let your goal be, okay, now I want to get 5 sales from every email. Like, you have to really take baby steps, because it's not just I send an email out and I get sales. There's a process there. You send an email out, somebody actually opens that email, they actually click on the links in the email, then they add to your cart, and then they buy something. There are levels to it. So when you start to break it down, you can start to like understand what's going wrong where, and you can start to celebrate yourself for even small wins, because the small wins lead to where you want to be. And that's really how you have to look at it. If not, you'll be beating yourself up even when you are making progress. Okay. And I want to say that because as small business owners, I think I don't know if we see people on Instagram who are just like, it seems as if they're overnight successes. They can post a picture and sell out, but understand there's steps to take to get there. So you have to really like even celebrate your small steps, because eventually those small, like I said, those small steps will eventually add up to really where you want to be. But there is a process. There is a process. She said, I need one-on-one help, one-on-one Jesus help. All right. Well, Jesus will help you out. Okay. If you need help with me, yeah, you can go to my website and get a coaching session. I be in my own way. Yeah, you know. Hey, Anisha. I know I'm on here early today, huh? It's Saturday though. They said, what is your view on the future of e-commerce? Is now the time to start an online boutique? I still say, yeah, now is a good time. I think I made a video about this pretty recently. Maybe that was a couple months ago, but my view on it still remains the same. I think now is a good time for e-commerce, but I think now was the right time to come in with the right mindset. Like coming in ready to do the work. I don't want you to treat e-commerce like a get rich quick scheme. Like, this is not what that is. At the end of the day, I want you to treat e-commerce as if it's a Best Buy, as if you're opening a Dunkin' Donuts. Like, treat it as if it's a business, because it is. And when you treat it like that and come in ready to do the work, then of course there's room for it to be successful. So now was the time to start a purposeful, intentional online boutique. Sure. Ooh, I don't know about that. Let me see. You guys, I'm currently taking the coaching class and I love it. Very grateful that I found someone so genuine and wise at such a young age. Oh, Eureka, stop, girl. Thank you. So proud of all of y'all. She says, if I get consistent traffic on my website but not making sales, does that mean that I'm not offering the right merchandise? It could mean that, not even the right merchandise. Let's say it could mean a lot of different things depending on what's going on. I wouldn't even say the right merchandise, but it could mean, number one, that your merchandise is not really the right merchandise for whoever you're targeting. It could also mean that your prices are low. It could also mean that your pictures are bad. It could also mean that your menu is not clear. It could also mean that your shipping prices are too high. It could be a plethora of things. I would have to look at your site in order to really know what it is and to understand your marketing and everything. But at least you know, okay, you're getting traffic. Now it's time to convert that traffic into sales. And if you need help, you can reach out. What about shipping to Jamaica from an online store in the US? Girl, I don't know. I have not yet figured out international shipping. So that's a great question. Thank you. Will you do a video on how to start a YouTube channel? I actually have a video on YouTube. Now, I don't know if the video is about how to start a YouTube channel. The video is about how I went from 0 to 1,000 subscribers in however many months that was. I have a YouTube course, a YouTube for business course is what I have. If you want that link, I can give that to you as well. But I do have a video up about YouTube. You can search. If you ever want to find if I have a video, you can literally go to YouTube and like put in a keyword, then put in my name, spell my name right, Nataleh. And if I have a video about that, it'll come up. So if you go to YouTube and look up, well, that might be weird, but look up YouTube and then Natalie, that video should come up. It should come up. Oh. So yes, I took her course and I actually took off to adjust, and I'm happy going forward. I have more confidence in my coaching services. She's genuine, real, and helpful. Yes, she is the only person who I have, I won't say the only person, but she's one of the main people who I've helped to create a coaching program. Thank you, y'all. How you can improve? I don't know how you can improve, but if you reach out, I can give you one-on-one assistance. You're welcome. Okay. Yeah. I can always answer some general questions here, but you know, there's so many things. I don't know if y'all think, some people think that it's like a one answer or like a magic formula or something like that, but why your business is not making sales versus somebody else, it can be totally different things. So yeah, she says, how many times? And when I repeat the question, it's because people who watch the replay, I don't know if they can see the chat. So I like to say it out loud so that in case they're wondering what I'm talking about. So she said, how many times will you send an abandoned cart message? What is too much? When should you just let it go? I think one is plenty. And I don't even send those out manually. I don't think I ever would. I just have it set up so that Shopify sends out the message like manually or automatically, I guess rather. And I'll just do that one time. If they want to come back, they'll come back. You know, you could always add a discount code in that cart message to maybe increase the amount of sales that you get from abandoned carts. But even that, people might catch on to that and only buy things once you send out that email just to get that discount code. So, I mean, that's a personal decision, but I just send it one time and, you know, either they come back and buy it or they don't. But if I was shopping and I left something in the cart and I got more than one email, I would probably try to like block that business, report them as spam or something. So I think one is plenty. If they want to come back, they will. And if not, you know, you can also do though. This is why ads are important. And I really can't tell too much about ads, but that's why having a retargeting ad would be helpful. Because retargeting ads, you know, when somebody comes to your site and then you retarget them, that means that they'll start to see your ads if they started to show some activity on your website. So that's where retargeting ads would be helpful. Just hope to be able to afford your services one day. I hope so too. You will. Okay, let's declare that you will. Is my last live available to watch? I don't know what my last live was about. So I can't remember. So you offer coaching sessions to help others become business coaches? Yeah, I've helped. So the thing is, I offer coaching programs and I only take on like 1 or 2 people, like a period of like every 6 to 8 weeks because I do other things. I have like classes and things like that. But if you are interested in a coaching program, you can just reach out to me and I'll show you where you can apply. But I you know, my coaching services are versatile depending on what the person is needing. And if I think that I'm able to help them to where they want to be. So yes. Can you do text message notifications to your customers on Shopify? You can, but what you'll have to set that up though. You'll have to set up text message marketing and they would have to opt in. They would have to opt in to text messaging. Don't just text people randomly. That's against the law, but you have to have them opt in. No, so she says in the beginning, and I keep saying she, so if y'all not a she, just correct me. But she said, or they said, in the beginning, I believe you were using Wix. I currently use them. Why did you switch to Shopify? So no, I still use Wix and I only use Wix for my brand website. So NatalieNicole.com is with Wix. My clothing brand was on Squarespace and now it's on Shopify. And so I just prefer Shopify for e-commerce because it has a lot more analytics. It gives me a lot more like reports and feedback to help me better like market my business. And it just keeps everything more organized personally. So it's easiest. I still use Wix for my brand. And I even use Wix, the e-commerce side, because I do sell my book through Wix. And, you know, just extra steps. Shopify I found to be the easiest. What app gives, how long on here? Okay. What app gives the pop-up for if someone looks at an item however many minutes ago? So what's the app that I use? I think it's called Fera, Fera, Social Proof. I just look up Fera and Shopify. That's the app that I use now. What I will say, I use that app to do things like, now it won't say so-and-so looked at an item, but it will say like, so, and you don't even have to put the name. Anyways, the app on my store, it shows if somebody purchased or if somebody added to cart. That's what it shows on my website, not if somebody looked at it. But I took the name off just because I think that's weird to have the name. So I just have someone from Jacksonville, Florida, looked at the Fearless Black crew neck or something like that. That's how I have it set up. But Fera Social Proof is that app that I use. There are other ones too. You can look up Social Proof on Shopify, the app store, and you can kind of find one that you like. Yes. Y'all asked us some good questions today. You're welcome. Yes. Okay, so if you're just coming on, I will say come back and watch the replay. I'm gonna leave this video up. Yeah, Fair is on Shopify apps because I talked about the biggest mistake that new business owners make. If you just came in, I'll just kind of repeat myself in 2 seconds. The biggest mistake that business owners make in the beginning is not focusing on marketing in their business as they're building their business. And so if you want to hear more about that, just come watch the replay and I will leave that up. Okay, they said I'm new to online boutiques. If you could only market on one platform, what would it be? That is a difficult question. If I could only market on one, right now I would say Instagram. Yeah, right now. If you've been here, you know you're gonna be like, Instagram, what? Because I used to like say I didn't like Instagram, but I would say Instagram just because you can provide a visual experience. They can also shop from your Instagram page. So I would say that's the one, but I would never just use one. And I don't think you should just use one either. I think you should try to build up your social media and your email list simultaneously, because whoever you don't hit, and even like texting, text marketing is seeming to be very popular these days. I have it set up, I think, but I don't really use it. I think I'm going to start using that again soon because it seems to be popping. But at least Instagram and I would say email marketing is good too. I don't know about shipping worldwide, unfortunately. Sorry. Do you still recommend Squarespace? I recommend Shopify over everything, but I don't think Squarespace is bad for e-commerce. But my first recommendation would be Shopify. But I don't think Squarespace is terrible. I just think Shopify is better. No. Well, okay. She says, is there a day where you feel unmotivated when you look around other boutiques? No, not really. When I look at other boutiques, I don't feel unmotivated. I feel like, well, let me get up and do some work too. That's how I feel, honestly. But also, like I said in the beginning, I don't know if you just came in here, but everybody started from somewhere. So I don't believe in like idolizing anything. Like I don't believe in idolizing anything, right? I put God first, because if anything comes before God, he will snatch it away. So I'm not going to even idolize these other big popping boutiques. You can use that as motivation. Everybody had to get there in some way. So the question you can ask yourself is, have you been doing everything to the best of your ability? If not, then start working. And if you have, keep going. And consistency will get you to where you want to be. So I need help with custom merch like t-shirts. I need my chapstick. Do you have somewhere to recommend with nice material? My screen printer they have their own shirts and stuff, so I couldn't tell you where to go. But the shirts that I use are Bella Canvas. That's the shirts that I use, Bella Canvas. Will you provide, you're welcome, website setup training? I do have a Shopify course. If you want help with Shopify, I have a Shopify course. If you need help with any other websites, I don't have I do have a Squarespace course too, actually. I have a Shopify and Squarespace course. If you're interested in that, I can send you the link, but that is what I have. But I'm not doing any website building anymore because I don't really like doing that. I'm not sure. They said I registered my business with the state under a name with a DBA that I since learned is trademarked. Oh, I see. Do I have to re-register? I'm not sure. I would definitely reach out to your state or reach out to somebody, either locally or your state Secretary of State or something like that, and ask them that question. But I don't want to steer you in the wrong direction as far as the legalities. I say the word. How do you come up with store policy? Do you mean like my shipping and return policy? Is that what you mean? You're welcome. Do you mean like my shipping and return policy? Okay, I'm gonna get off of here soon. At the 45-minute mark, I'll get off of here. So if y'all have last questions for the next 6 minutes or so, let me know. Okay, store policies. Okay, so I'm gonna assume that you mean, okay, shipping and return policy. So you know what? In the beginning, I looked at various companies, like ranging from small boutique to higher end stores. I looked at all of their policies and they're all different. Then I thought, okay, well, what's more realistic for me? Like, how soon can I get shipping done? How soon am I going to get, like, what am I going to use, first class mail, priority mail, etc. And based off of that, I just chose what was best for me. So that's what I did. I looked at other businesses and then I thought about what would be best for me. And that's policy that I did. When it came to returns, I used to offer full refunds, full returns, but then, and nobody has ever, I don't think anybody has ever asked for a refund in my store. So it never affected me. But one day I said, okay, Natalie, like, if somebody wanted a refund and you say that you offer refunds, would you be happy to give them a refund, a full refund? Like, would that money already be spent into your business, or would you want to just give it back to them? And at that point, I realized I wouldn't want to just give somebody all their money back. So I took off my refund policy. Now I just offer exchanges and store credit. So that's just something that I decided personally. So I think when it comes to your store policies, understand that it's your store. So look at other businesses for, help, but then also think about what's going to be good enough for you. Like when I was teaching, and some stores they'll have like a 1 to 2 day processing and handling time. But then I said, okay, well, would I want to have to ship out orders every other day? No, not really. So then I changed my policy to 2 to 3 business days for processing and handling times. And sometimes I'll mail it out faster. I will never go longer than that, but at least it gives me some wiggle room to, if I want to wait a few days to get my orders out. So now I only really ship out orders twice a week. And my policy allows for that. So, think about what's going to be best for you, what works best for you. But these are good questions, things that I wasn't really sure about when I started, so y'all are asking some good questions. Okay, a few more minutes. Any other questions? Let me know. And while we're getting off of here, I see some of y'all have gotten the course already. So I'm just going to reiterate. Well, let me just tell a few things. If you guys are new here, I have a lot of different courses on my website that are extremely helpful. I make sure to pack all of my classes with a lot of information. So if you ever need more assistance and you don't want to pay for one-on-one coaching, which I totally understand, my courses are still great. And if you want to do coaching after that or even before that, then that's good too. So yeah, if you need help with marketing, as in building your email list, building your social media following, even YouTube, and you want to learn how to turn your followers into customers, here's this course. And again, just to reiterate, I will be going live just with the people who are in that course on the 18th. That's next week, Thursday, I believe, for a live. And when I say a live, let me just tell y'all what it's going to be like. I sent this email out to a few people. So when you guys come to my lives here, I love answering your questions. But of course, I have clients who invest in my services. So it would not be fair to them to give away all the information, all the stuff here on live. But I do answer what I can. So the live that I'm doing next Thursday, it's only for those who invest in the course. And for those who invest, you get all your questions answered. So the live that I'll be doing with people in this course, it'll be like a unlimited live. I'm not going to be there for unlimited time, but in the time that I'm there, I will answer all their questions and give as much details as I can because they too have invested in that course. So that's what I'll say about that. And let me see what y'all are saying. I don't know. She says, do you think trade shows will happen for the fall season? I don't know, but I really do hope soon. I say I hope. I don't know if I'm going to anything soon, but I do miss the trade show environment. I do want to go to one soon. So hopefully they start those up soon. She said, for those who cannot travel, how do we obtain unique fashion pieces? Do you recommend vendors list? I usually would not recommend a vendors list. If you're going to buy a vendors list from somebody, you really want, and it's for the purpose of finding unique pieces, you really want to make sure that that person has a bomb store and they have themselves very unique pieces, and they're going to actually give you information that you can't just find online. Because a lot of people will just make a vendors list from Fashion Go and put it together and send it to you. And so, if you're going to buy a vendors list, I would say even message the person, reach out to that person, email the person and ask them hey, can you kind of give me some examples of what to expect from this vendors list? If they don't respond, don't buy it. And if they're rude, don't buy it. And because I would never really recommend buying one, but your statement is valid. If you want to get unique pieces and you can't travel, that could be a good source, but you really got to make sure someone's about to give you some information that you can't just find online. Okay. Because it can be difficult to find unique things outside of like the popular websites, Fashion Go, etc. And even see if somebody, this is also, let me add this in. See if the person, I would even find somebody who has like some connections, like some actual LA fashion district connections, who's going to give you some WhatsApp phone numbers, like some emails, like some real information. Because I think that is going to help you get some unique pieces, having an inside connect. So seeing somebody selling some actual stuff like that, I would pay for it. I would pay for some inside connects, especially because you can't go to, I don't know if you can go to the fashion district right now. I think it might be back open, but I'm not sure. Okay, last questions. I'm gonna answer like two more, then I'm gonna go. I don't really understand your question. What do you recommend for staying patient? How do you balance being patient and active? Well, I don't really understand that question. To sell online, you do need a seller's permit. Okay, last question. What's the best way to sell an ebook to a small audience through both YouTube and IG? So when I sold my first ebook, I had a small audience. In my opinion, I think I had like 300 subscribers when I sold my first ebook. And I sold it by doing what I'm doing now, honestly, going live and giving some good information. This is the thing. And I will say this for anybody who's interested in selling like educational materials, ebooks, books, anything like that. Live video will help you because when you're like for instance, right now I'm talking and showing you that I have knowledge on this subject matter, so people feel more comfortable buying because I'm giving away so much information. So the same will be for you and anybody else. If you want to sell anything educational, show that you know what you're talking about. Go on live, give some answers, answer some questions, do a Q&A session on your Instagram story, whatever, go live on IG live, whatever, give away some valuable content to show that you know what you're talking about. Because if I'm not going to just buy, me personally, I don't just buy anything. I have to know that that person actually knows what they're talking about. And so that's what I would say. So that's all I'll answer. You guys, this is a fun live. I can't believe I came on live and I have a lot of work to do. So if you guys have other questions, check out my website. I have a lot of resources there. If you're just coming on, watch the replay for all the juicy stuff. And if you want to coach with me one-on-one, I think I have still one session left for June. I have 2 for July. So y'all can check out my website. If you can't find what you're looking for, girl, just email me. I'll get you the right links. And I will see you guys super soon. Okay? Bye, bosses. See you guys later. Bye.